Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Are you ready to talk about episode 11 of The Real Housewives of Durban? We are ready to get into the mess. Let me see if I can fix this microphone here, so that you can hear me. Okay, are we ready to get into the mess that was episode 11? Welcome to Reality Bars TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. Today we are up, or tonight, okay, tonight we are about to talk about episode 11 of Real Housewives of Durban. What a mess it was. Okay, the episode is a mess. We are seeing, like, who the people are. Okay, the people have been trying to hide from us who they are really. Okay, who they are really. Hey, sikhulunywa kanjani isingisi angazi nami, kodwa nje today, yabona, today in this episode I was like clocking people. Okay, ngiyakubona Sorisha. Ngiyakubona Sorisha, ngiyakubona Sorisha. I was like, I see Sorisha, okay. I've been wondering because Sorisha was so messy last season. And I was like, what happened to Sorisha that she decided to just go back to that, you know, queen, all of a sudden she's peaceful, she's causing no mess. Because last season it looked like she really enjoyed getting into the mess, but it looks like behind the scenes, you guys, she is getting into the mess. She is pretending to be this matured, wants peace with everybody, but she's throwing stones and hiding her hands. And tonight she got caught, okay? Tonight's episode, she got caught, and we are going to talk about it, you guys. Crazy, beautiful Lens. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for being here, Cindy. Hello. We are on YouTube and also on Facebook and Ntando Mdletshe. But if you are on Ntando Mdletshe, please move over to Ntando Mdletshe, their page, so that you can follow me over there, because we are trying to grow the page. So you always hear. Fakiswa, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. Thank you so much that you are here. Listen, you guys, I don't know, like every 10 minutes I have to do this with Umini, because Umini uyangi irritator, unesicefe Umini, unesidina Umini. I don't like Umini on that show. And it's not like I don't like Umini as a person, but I just don't like Umini on Real Housewives. She's just like too much. Yeah, memeza. I'm tired of Umini, guys. And the thing is, there are possibilities that Umini is gonna come back next season, because, of course, if you are bringing the drama and you are not too busy, you are just free enough to do the next season, then we will give you the next season. Okay. I don't feel like they really do fire people on Real Housewives. Okay, if you are willing to come back, they will give you another chance, unless you've really done really, really bad. So I really feel like, guys, I don't know if we'll be watching next season, because I cannot take another season of Minnie. Okay, I cannot take another season of Minnie unless he decides to do the show different. I'm enough with Minnie. Okay, it cannot be that every single event that they are having, Minnie is fighting with somebody. And she's not making sense, you guys, because I feel like if her fights were making sense, like maybe the Bam Zabona, maybe she's being bullied and defending herself, you know, I would understand, but she's fighting for nonsense. Okay, today, in like this episode, she even said something that didn't make sense. Remember when Londi London mentioned ukuthi uzalwa ubani during their fights? By the way, you guys, we are going to go through everything that happened in the episode. So if you didn't watch, you will follow. Okay. For now, I'm just doing like the highlights. So when they're fighting with Londi London says, "Who are you?" And then she says, "I am Minnie." And then Londi London, in the fights, you're just throwing anything and everything. And then Londi London is like, "Uzalwa ubani?" You know. Then she makes a big deal of the fact that Londi London mentioned who gave birth to her. Now she makes it a thing like she talked about my parents. I'm like, but you were at the red dress event saying the same thing. Didn't Londi London say at the red dress event? Well, the red dress event, guys, it's Fafa's birthday. Okay. Well, her birthday was not that noticeable. Okay, the red dresses were more beautiful than her birthday. I forgot that it was a birthday. Okay, and that whole engagement that she planned herself. Okay, anyway, we talked about it last week. So she said to London at that event, awukhuliswanga kahle wena. It's the same thing like uzalo bani ukhuliso bani. So how is it right for you to do it, but it's not right for the other person to do it? That's why I'm saying she doesn't make sense in her fight. So even when you want to take her side, even when you're like, okay, let me just put it aside. Ukuthi papa Memeza and all of that. Maybe she's making sense. Let me try and understand what Minnie is fighting for. It doesn't make sense. Her fight is not making sense. What is she fighting for? What is her problem with Londi London? And guys, Londi London is not perfect. I did say last week ukuthi naye unezakhe izinto, naye udululu nje naye wakhe. Okay? Ulon London is Dululu naye, but we're going to get we are going to get into it why I think Ulondi London is a Delulu herself. Umini has that yeah, was my last born. You know, last born when your mother is not looking, ne? When your parents are not looking, last born and then I'm shy. And then she runs and then she runs to her mother and then she becomes a victim. Like the last born will start a fight. And then when you hit them and then they cry so loud, then the parent is coming like "Nishaila ningan," and then the last part is like I didn't do anything, she just hits me. Umini is doing that on the show. Minnie is doing that on the show. She starts a fight and then at the end of the fight she is the victim. She's like, how can she say that about me? Hi, guys. And then the pay slips. Okay, listen, you guys, let's not start with the pay slip, okay? Because we don't want people to be talking about the pay slips because the pay slip means that you work for somebody, okay? We like the fact that we have the pay slips, but the pay slips mean that we work for somebody. So I'm not understanding why it's a competition who has a pay slip and who doesn't have a pay slip, okay? Listen, Minnie is not winning me, okay, in any of the arguments, okay. So let's start with what happens, you guys, at the pool party, because we are still at the pool party, Galondi London, the pool party where people were supposed to wear the designer, you know, swimwear, and some people didn't show up in designer swimwear, and then Ulondi London had a problem with it, especially the twins, because the twins decided to wear their brand, which I thought was perfect. Because if I have a brand myself, a clothing brand, and I'm on a show that is on Show Max, I'm not wearing anything else, you guys. So I understand the twins, okay? The same way that Londi London should not wear any other thing on her hair because she has a braiding line or braid line. What you call it? Okay, I feel like if you have whatever you have, that is a business. If you can show it off for free on a show that is going to be on DSTV, that is going to be on Showmax, why wouldn't you do it? Okay, why wouldn't you show your product? Why would you wear someone else's brand if you have your own and you get a chance to advertise it? And I did say last week that with the twins, I liked what they were wearing. Okay. And I felt like, okay, listen, if I could order that, I would order for myself. Okay. Which is a good thing because if I feel like that, that means there's someone else that might feel the same as me, feeling like they would order their swimwear. So it was a good thing that they were wearing their own brand. So at the pool party, one of the twins left because she was upset about the fact that they were saying that their brand is not high end, which I also think that even them they are Tululu a little bit because like girl, like girls, it's not high end yet, okay? It's a beautiful brand, okay? The swimwears are nice and everything, okay, but they are not yet high end. You understand what I'm saying? But I was just feeling like everybody just overreacts and all of that, instead of just being like, okay, Lonely London, would you rather we live? And then they live. So everybody's emotional, and that's all. They're trying to beg the twins to come back to the party. One twin ends up leaving, the other twin stays behind, which I didn't understand, because if your sister is leaving the party, maybe you should leave the party as well to make sure that your sister is okay. So that was weird as well, that one twin stayed behind and the other twin left. So it was like, okay, is this not going to be a problem? Then, you guys, while that is happening, okay, there was a time when uh angel, okay, before the angel thing, okay, so fine. Ulondi London says that people are not understanding her theme, okay, and she says that they are judging her theme. Listen, I like Lonely London, and I've liked Lonely London since season 2. But Lonely London is not making sense this season. Like, I like her as a person, but what's coming out of her mouth is like, hmm, like, she said, "Why are you judging my theme? Because your theme is not making sense. Your theme is basically saying a person has to spend a certain amount of money to come to your party. And what if somebody doesn't want to spend that money? Even Giorgio, who has money, was like, I'm not gonna spend that amount of money on a swimwear. I'd rather buy jewelry with that money. I'm not gonna buy swimwear with that. And she said, I wear clothes from Shein when I want to. That is not what I spend my money on. Okay. So she is still not getting the whole thing. So you can't make the theme of the party the a certain brand that is expensive to buy. What if people don't want to spend that much? So are you meaning that people shouldn't come to the party? What if, she's not getting it, you guys. She is not getting it. Another thing that I'm not liking is her bringing the friend, okay, the husband, okay. I do not like husbands on Real Housewives. I've said this before, that I don't like the husbands on the show, because when it comes to the alphabet community, we are never free to say what we think. You say one thing, it becomes a big thing, okay? Because we cannot have men on a show where women are arguing and fighting all the time. Now you have a man that is gay, that is going to come and be in the mix with the woman, and is going to forget that he's a man. And then they are going to be arguing with women and fighting with women, which is exactly what happened on this show. That's why I said last season, can the producers just, like, not do the gays mix with the housewives? Just give us the housewives, just give us the women. If they are so convinced that having the gays do reality shows is so, like, if they are convinced that they want, you know gay guys to be doing the reality shows, they must just create the shows that would work for that. But for Real Housewives, it doesn't work, because they get into the fights, they get into the arguments, and sometimes it almost gets physical. And then we have to use that thing of, now it's a GBV situation, because listen, you might be gay, but you are still a man and you are arguing with a woman. And we don't want to have those conversations here while we are having fun watching Real Housewives of, Devon. Okay. So that's exactly what happened with Lonely London's friend. I was like, he shouldn't have been at the party. Okay. I don't understand why he was there. Lonely London is old enough to stand on her own 2 feet. She did not need to have that back up. Okay. So he was saying too much, and he ended up calling many fats. Okay. Normally, like, I'm throwing a tantrum. Okay. You would say somebody's fat. Okay. I'm offended myself, because listen, I'm not thin. Okay. So if you call somebody fat, you calling me fat. Okay. So I'm throwing a tantrum. But the way that Minnie had been behaving, I was like, Lord, I can't even defend Minnie at this point. Okay. I know it's wrong for them to be saying that to that girl, but I'm like, listen, I'm tired of her. I was like, listen, we are tired of Minnie. Okay. It's wrong that they called her fat, but listen, I'm tired. Okay. anything to just kick her out of the show at this point. But anyway, at some point, Umini is picking up ibhodlela uyoshaya uyoshaya ugas band, and I'm like, hey, awuye wazi ama-gas band ukuthi ashayana kanjani wemini. I was like, bazomshaya umini. So at some point umini ubebhizi ngebhodlela ngithi yeyi abomini inkosi yami bazenza olokhuzana. Bazenza amantombazana ami akuphi kuphi kwi-TV. I'm like, hey, saze sawubuka imihlola kwe-TV omini sebehamba namabhodlela beyoshaya abantu. Guys, it's no longer Real Housewives. I don't know what that is. Okay. Ishow kamini yakumoja love. Like Real Housewives is like ishow yakumoja love now. Kushawana ngamabhodlela. Like for real. Like that's what we were watching on Showmax. Like she picked up a bottle to go hit the guy after the guy threw a drink at her, and there was a fight. Anyway, we didn't see, you guys. I suspect that something more happened between Minnie and the guy, and I think that's why after the pool party they said that they took a break between like them filming the show. I feel like later, because sometimes they will hide that a fight did take place, like a physical fight did take place, like it did with Real Housewives of Johannesburg. And then later on, like the clips start coming out that, you know what, you remember that episode that we were shooting and Umini took a bottle to try and hit this guy. She really did hit the guy. Okay. So I wouldn't be shocked if at some point, you guys, we find out that more than what we saw happened. So Tina, what we saw was many picking up the bottle, and then other people trying to stop the fights. And then after that, I think the cameras just shifted and focused on other things. Now, I was shocked that uLondi London, when they were trying to hit umngani wakhe ngebhodlela, ugelo wayehleli phansi. Because listen, if ungiphelezele ngephathini and then mase sifikile ephathini and people sebefuna ukukushaya, yimi phela I must be the first person to stand up and be like, hey, not my friend. Hayi uLondi London behlala phansi was like, hey Umini, nangoku Umini ethatha ibhodlela uyoshaya umngani wakho nje. Hayi uLondi London wasihlalela phansi. I was like, what? Anyway, you guys, so that's how we got rid of the guys. But I was happy. I was like, don't bring him back. Okay, don't mention him. Don't mention him at the reunion. We just like pretend that he never existed. Okay, don't even talk about the sins that had him on it. Okay, I don't understand why that guy was part of the episode. Okay. So Londi London insists that you have to understand the caliber of the women that you are around. That's why she said that they must wear what they needed to wear, because she understands the caliber of the women. That, like, I was trying to really like get her point, like the point that she was trying to make. Like, what do you mean? Like for you, the value of the people around you depends on the brands that they wear. Like, Londi London is not making sense. Okay, I was like, Londi London ugcine kuphi konje esikoleni. Like I was having thoughts like that. Like Londi London usebenza. Like I was having thoughts like that because I was like, yes, I've never asked myself, what's going to Londi London wenzani? Because Londi London into ephuma la emlonyeni wakhe. Ukhuluma kamnandi, but ukhuluma into engayenzi sense. Akuyenzi sense, guys. Akuyenzi sense that you would say, for you, if value your muntu when in your life depends on what the person is wearing. Okay. Even if they have money in the bank, if they don't spend it on the brand that when you value as the brand, then that person is not a certain caliber of a person. That guys, the language of the slay queens, I was like, my brain cells were like complaining while I was trying to figure it out. What is she trying to say? Okay, she was not making sense. Okay, so when they came back to the room, you guys, Jojo took the time to express basically how she felt, how she's been feeling for a long time. Okay, Jojo is another Dilulu one, okay? Because Jojo is trying to convince everybody that, guys, I'm not the backup singer. I'm here on my own. I'm an individual. I'm on the show by myself. I'm not here for Nonku. I'm not here to support Nonku. I'm on here because I want to be here all by myself. But I was like, listen, you're talking the talk, but you are not walking the walk, because you are following Unonku around. Even in conversations, Jojo says what Unonku says. If you listen, Unonku would say something and then Jojo would say something. Yeah, yes, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. That Jojo lo after Nonku. Like, akaqali her own conversations, akaqali her own arguments. So it's very difficult to believe what she was saying. But her issue is that Sorisha called her a backup singer. Okay. Sorisha was like, yeah, of course you're a backup singer, because I feel like sometimes I'm not able to just deal with you. Sometimes I'm just wanting to fight with you, and then you bring Nonku, or I'm wanting to fight with the Nonku and she brings you. And Usorisha did say that she likes them better when they are alone. She likes Unonku better when she's not with Jojo, and she likes Jojo when Jojo is not with Unonku. And I can understand that, because in order to understand if Jojo likes you, you have to get Jojo away from Unonku to really get the Jojo, like Jojo. If she's with Nonku, it depends if Nonku likes you. If Nonku likes you, then Jojo is going to like you. But if Nonku hates you, then Jojo is going to hate you. So I sort of get what Usorisha was saying there. Okay. Now, Londi London and Umini. Honestly, you guys, I don't know what they are fighting about. That's why Londi London was like, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if it's Mangizing. I don't know if it's Mangubosh. That's another thing, though, Londi London. And I was like, so you mean to tell me that for you, like basically Ulondi London is presenting herself as Izinga Nobush. And this is not the first time that she said that about herself. It's almost like that's who she is. Izinga Zaki is who she is. And honestly, you guys, you understand? Ulondi London might come over, you like, ama hips ising. But obviously, I mean, we are hoping that after Ama Hips Nezinga, there's more. But every time she talks about herself, she talks about Izinga and Ama Hips. So sometimes you're like, girl, is there more than Izinga and Ama Hips? So sometimes like you want to take aside like along the London, but now it's like Usafe is cool, like the brands Izinga and Ama Hips. Can we just go a little bit deeper? Can we just like besides Izinga and Ama Hips? Okay, she did have a point when it comes to me we can't be fighting about izinga because ubuhle because honestly ke masesi you understand. But I was like, kodwa ke, as a woman, like, it's more than that, you know. It should be more than that. Am I crazy to think that it should be more than just this and the looks? It's like for her, that's like isn't and the looks and the brands. That's it. Londi London pelele lapu pelele isn't the looks, the brands. That's it. Okay, don't go deeper. Okay, nothing more. Okay, so sometimes now Londi London no going lose here and there. Okay, now when they were in the heat of an argument, Ulondi London no Minnie's made a comment. Okay, and people might not like, okay, my take on this one, because Minnie made a comment to say Ulondi London makes her money on her back, okay, and she makes her money on her feet. You understand? On her back, on her feet, okay. And Ulondi London being Ulondi London about the about the balm and the beauty. It took some time because I could see her brain Ulondi London going for like a few seconds. I was like, she's not getting it, you know. Guys, you must go watch that scene. She didn't immediately get it. Good girl. They are saying we are liwa, we are hola, and then when the buyer sevens by hall, it took some time for London to click. Click bati wena uyalala nabantu uhole, she was like, what is she saying? So here's the thing, you guys. Ne, what Umeni said is wrong politically. Yabo. If we were in parliament, we would say that what Minnie said is very, very wrong, and Minnie needs to apologize. Okay. And we are yet to get an apology for anything. Minnie has done many wrong things this season, but she hasn't apologized, not even for a single thing. She's the only person that does not apologize on that show. She just is wronging everybody, but doesn't apologize for nothing. Okay. Now, here is a thing that I say. If Londi London did not expect that people were going to bring that up, she's Dilulu. Yes, Londi London might be working for her money, but we all know that Londi London, we know her for dating, these rich guys that will buy her things, the cars, the houses, and then when they break up, they take the stuff away. And then it will look like Ulondi London is struggling, and then she's starting some businesses, and then another guy comes and then buys her the cars, the houses, the whatever, and then they break up, the guy takes the things away. That is what we know Londi London to, that is the life that we know Londi London to live. In the internet, it's in the internet. There are videos, the whatever, the videos, the pictures, the everything. Okay. Of course, she might be having other ways to make money, because in between seasons, she doesn't end up estratini lalimgaqweni eyiphara. So obviously there are other ways to make money. But for her to afford that, luxury car, the luxury cars, the luxury houses, and all of that, we have seen it, being given to her by the men. And if they're being given to you by the man, honey, then it is on your back. You understand? So, in a way, Umine was not like off. It was wrong for it to say. For it was wrong for her to say it, but she's not off. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Another thing is that Ulondi London has not been good. She's been on the show for longer, but she hasn't been good in actually showing us that she does make money in other ways besides lying on her back. She hasn't been good in doing that. Okay. Nonku has showed us. Okay. Sorisha has showed us. Annie used to show us how she makes her money when she was on the show. So some of the women have been able to show us, even Angel has been trying to show us how she makes her money without lying on their back. Okay. So obviously that shade was coming for Lonely London, but it's not the shade that is like, we shouldn't be acting like, oh, what did Minnie say? Because all of us think that that's what Lonely London does. We are yet to see her prove otherwise. Okay, we are yet to see Lonely London prove that that is not the case. But the internet has showed us that possibly she might be making money that way. Okay, we might be wrong, because even when she doesn't have a man, she looks like she can still afford. But what I'm saying is that, I mean, is it far-fetched for Umini to make that comment? Okay. Now, when it comes to Minnie being on her feet, okay, it's like, honey, don't complain to London about you being on your feet if nobody wants to give you money for you being on your back, okay? Okay? No, you understand, okay? The hustles are hustling, okay? Your hustle is your hustle, and her hustle is a hustle, okay? And nobody said that be on your feet and don't be on your back. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was almost sounding like she's complaining about being on her feet. Honey, are you not happy with being on your feet? Because you can be on your back too. The question is, are they willing to pay you to be on your back like they're willing to pay London? Okay? Because they are not willing to pay everybody. Okay? Some of us just have to be on our feet all day to make some money. Okay? But well, some people don't have to do it. Okay? So I felt like, in a way, Minnie was shading herself while shading Lonely London, because I was like, girl, even if you wanted to make the money the way that Lonely London makes the money, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. Okay. I was like, let's be real, okay? Because that hustle is for a certain kind of girl, okay, and we all know, okay. But I just felt like when Lonely London was crying and be like, do you know how hard I work? Do you know how hard I work for my man? I was like, girl, we don't know because you haven't told us, okay. All we know is that you get the gift from the man, okay. Tell us how you make your money. She hasn't been able to do that. That's the thing about Lonely London, guys. She will talk about doing business, doing music, but we don't see her do that on the show. Okay. That's the problem with Lonely London. Okay. But the shade was shading, but the shade was shading both ways. That's how I felt about that shade. Okay. That's why I said that some people might not like how I feel about the shade that Minnie threw. Okay. Because I was like, do you not want to be on your feet, girl? Is the problem getting somebody to give you money other than when you're on your feet? Okay. And then London was like, where does Minnie work? And I was like, girl, she's there by Kakas FM. But then I was like, oh, but you know, you know what happens now, guys? I think people that are famous in KZN sometimes make the mistake of assuming that everybody like when you are a radio DJ in KZN, I feel like those people sometimes assume that everybody in South Africa knows that they are like DJ in the KZN radio station, but sometimes people don't know. Like sometimes when you talk on, when you do a gossip story about somebody that is on Igagasi FM, the KZN people will know what you're talking about, but other people will be like, Dando, who is this people? Okay. Like I did a video about many people will be like, who is this Minnie? Why is she on Real Housewives? So sometimes they think they are more famous than they actually are, but their fame is more because they are in KZN, it's more in KZN, but outside of KZN, it's not as much. People might know them, but not so much. Okay. So I think that's the problem that sometimes, we have with the radio DJs and that are in, well, it's not really local, but provincial radio stations. Anyway, you guys, now let's get to the Angel, because Angel, while everyone is pizzelling, going here and there, Angel now is on a call. I'm like, okay, what's happening? Remember, Angel's mom is sick, okay? And she gets a call and she's running around. Then she started crying. And then I'm like, oh God, what happened? Okay. I was like, God, okay. I hope it didn't. I was like, did Angel's mother pass away while they are shooting the show? God forbid. You know, So she's breathing heavily. She's like, oh my God, my mother. In the diary, she says her aunt called her and said, you have to get home now. So while I was almost, numbers and BP, because I was like having heart palpitations myself, like, what's happening with Angel's mind? Then I remembered and I was like, oh, no, 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 no. Because Latoya lies. Latoya lies. Okay. So I was like, okay, if when I remembered that Latoya lies. Okay. Angel lies, guys. Okay. Let's not forget that Angel was pretending to be getting married last season. Okay. She was living with the guy that was about to marry her, but her family had not met the guy, but the guy was about to pay lobola. But the next season, the guy at the reunion, the guy was not there, but then she was about to be engaged, and then it was just all a mess of a lie. Okay. So I was like, Latoya lies. So let me just wait and hear what the story is about. Okay. So she was crying hysterically because somebody called her and said, you have to be home. And because her mother is sick, she thought that something has happened to her mother. So the ladies are now around her and whatever, and they're like, what's happened? Who's going to drive you home? And then they take the phone, and then auntie finally explains. Auntie's like, no, I was just saying to her that she must come back home tonight so that kusasa ezovuka and go see her mother. Did I not say that Latoya lies? Honestly, you guys, God will forgive me if I'm wrong with this one. I feel like Angel in the mix of everybody is attention on Minnie, attention on London and Jojo and whatever. And then she was like, Yabo, how can I get attention on me? Because I was like, this is not making sense. Because that woman on the phone sounded very, very calm. And she was like, no, I'm just saying she must come home tonight so that tomorrow she will go see her mom in the hospital. And I was like, didn't she know that her mom is in the It was not making, there's something that's not making sense about that whole drama that Angel caused. Okay. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't trust Angel. I love Angel. Okay. I love Angel on the show, but I don't trust any information that comes from Angel, because last season we were about to go see Tungisa for her wedding, for the boyfriend that was about to marry her, that never married her, that was about to pay Lobola, that never paid her Lobola, never met any of the members of her family. They were living together and not living together. And they were trying to have a baby, and then they were not trying to have a baby, and she had fertility issues, and then there were no fertility issues. And I was like, you know what? I'll just wait. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust that whole thing. Okay. It might be a little bit exaggerated, that whole drama with Angel and the phone call. Okay. So I do not quite believe it. Okay. So, you guys, listen, after everything, they needed a break, and they did get a break, you guys, because all of them actually, I think they didn't shoot for a while. And then after that, I don't even know when the trip got announced. The next thing we saw was them getting ready to go on a trip to Mauritius. Okay. So finally, they had a proper trip. Not that trip to Joburg. Real Housewives going to Joburg. When have you ever seen that? Okay. So they were preparing for a trip to Joburg. I was like, where did I miss Nonku making an announcement of this trip? Okay. I was like, I missed the scene or something. So yes, so they're going to Mauritius, you guys. Everybody is going, except I guess we can conclude that Precious is no longer part of the cast, because she's no longer coming around. She wasn't on a trip to Joburg. She's not on this trip. Minnie has successfully kicked Precious out of the show. And kusho ukuthi basically uLondilane and Fanotsi is replacing Precious, because if you look here, there's no Lonely London. And there was also no Precious, though, in the picture. But they should have had Lonely London, because Lonely London showed almost the whole season anyway. So yes, you guys. So they're preparing to. Oh, yes, they're preparing to go to the trip now, and everybody is excited about it. They're going to go on a plane. I'm thinking everybody is going to fly the same way. If it's economy, everybody is economy. If it's business class, everybody's business class. But no, there was a group in economy and there was a group in a business class, but the group in economy did not know that there's a group in economy, and Nonku is the one that planned the trip. I was like, you guys, listen, I wanted to say, as Nonku is a classist, but then I was like, but did Nonku really pay for this trip? Because it's possible that the production paid for the trip. I need to know who pays for the trip, who paid for this trip, because whoever made a decision that the other girls must fly economy and the others, and I was like, I don't understand. Was I the only one that just didn't, and like I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why I was like, what the hell is this? Like, why are the others made to fly economy and then the others made to fly? I understood it when they were going to what's the place they went to? where Sorisha upgraded her own flight and upgraded her own room. Here, it was booked that way. One group, uNonku, London, Sorisha, Ujojo, they were booked in business class, and then the other girls were booked in economy. I didn't like that. Where was Minnie? I didn't see Minnie when I'm up. Guys, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I felt like, hey, this show is becoming something that was not before. Like, why would they do that? why would why would they not just put everybody in business class at least, or just put everybody? I didn't know. It did not sit well with my heart. Okay, it did not sit well with my heart. I did not like that. Okay. Anyway, you guys. So when they were getting there, you guys, at some point they were just like doing like smaller activities in groups, and obviously the whole thing of London's event, what happened at the event, the whole thing of her with the brands, they're saying that Ulondi London is defined by her brands and her bum. I agree, you guys. I agree. I think if you took away the brands and izinga from Londi London, she would really struggle in life. Okay. Uma ungavele umshaye ngeshwapha sami njena nkosi yami angavela abe nenkinga. She will be defeated. Angazihenga. You know, angavela amothi impilo ayiphileki. Impilo ngeke ziphileke neshwapha sami. ULondilanda ngeke akwazi ukuphila neshwapha sami. Angazi God. Angikwazi ukuphila impilo is a struggle. Okay, uma ungamphuca izinqe uLondilanda uthatha iy'mpahla zami uyinike uLondilanda angazibulala. You know, kungasa ayifile uLondilanda ezibulala ukuthi iy'ngubo engizigqokile izinqe zami azikho. You know, I agree with that, you guys. Then it was the whole thing of Minnie saying that Lodi London disrespected her parents, which is nonsense because it was the comment that was made to her she had made herself before. She's just forgotten because she's fighting nonsense fights. Okay, and then the twin. Listen, I would love to see the twins stand up for themselves, though. Like I'm just tired of them. Like I do understand what's but like by in terms of their body, like they're very petite and they and angazi ngizothini bahlonipha, and they take time like when they want to deliver the point maybe, but I just want to see them tell some of these girls off, like asingajwayelani kabi kind of a situation, you know. Yeah, but like if you are with a group of women, sometimes you have to oyedwa nje umbeke endaweni, not like ushouth njengomini yabo, but to be yabona ufafa with uNonku kunalento le ufafa that she's done with uNonku, especially when they were doing the gift thing, you know. Anyway, so we'll get to the gift. Anyway, so the twin made that comment yokuthi uLondi usebenza. Remember when they were at the reunion in season 2, and they were questioning, the ladies were questioning Impilo Lassie. They were saying they don't understand Lassie. She's very secretive about her life and whatever and whatever. And Ulassie ended up saying, but Londi, when usebenza, you know, usebenza, because Ulondi was trying to make a point ukuthi sometimes laba who have men on the show, they act so high and mighty as if they have made it, but it's because of the money from the men. Pelulo London, she was still pretending to be married to the husband she never married. Yes, so she was saying when you happy to even have the things that you have, you know. Now you understand. So how to question my life, because now it's to feel like, you know, it's because unended, you know. So usebenza alone. So that one of the twins made that and I was like, yes, got that we make. She made that comment Ulonde ngeke. I wanted that comment to be made Ulonde corner and see the twin standing up for herself. Okay, I need one of the twins to stand up for themselves. Okay, so I tell people come for them too much, you know. So yes, you guys. Now here's the thing: when Ulondi came on the show as a guest the first time, she was invited by Sorisha, but when she came, she said she knew Ulo, and they said that they've known each other with Ulo for some time. uLo no Londi London. So uLondi London has an issue with uLo. She says Lo doesn't defend her when she's fighting with Umini. Ulo says that she knows Umini as well. She's friends with Umini, but I think they just recently met. She says that Minnie's sister goes to her church. So Minnie is an acquaintance. So she cares about both of them. So she feels like she does not want to get in the mix when they are fighting. I was getting Lonnie's point to say, even if Tiwa, you don't want to get in the mix, but you should be able to say if I'm wrong or Umini is wrong. The fact that Uvele Ube quiet, it looks weird, okay? And I understand Law in saying I would rather take myself out of the situation than involve myself, okay? So she ended up being emotional, you guys. I think Law is in a place where she shouldn't be. I think she does worry a little bit too much about what people are going to think about this whole thing that is happening, her being Uma Mufundis. Okay. So I don't know when she was saying, you know what, I don't want to do this thing anymore. She was saying she does not want to do the housewives anymore, but she did make a comment like that to say, you know what, I feel like I don't want to do this anymore because I care about all of them and I choose all of you. I don't want to defend anybody. I don't want to pick a side. And all Londi London feels like in her saying that she was picking Minnie. So she feels like Lo has picked Minnie's side than her because she doesn't defend her. Especially when it came to that whole comment of her backside. Okay. And then Lord London was like, I make money on my backside in the halal and then besebenzani. And I'm like, girl. Anyway, I do think that the other ladies should have said at that time that no, that comment was not right. I think most of them said it Kuma diaries, but in the moment they did not say, and I think Ulondi London expected them to do that, okay, to say it then. So the ladies later on, you guys went to a cooking class as one of the activities, which was fun because all of them were getting along. They had fun cooking. One team won, the other one didn't. It was okay. That activity was good for just the group. Then later on, they had dinner. The dinner, that is where I was like, Nonku quitting this show and calling it toxic is something else because on here at the dinner, so they go to dinner, everyone is dressed nice, okay, but everybody knows that dinners don't go well on Real Housewives. It's always, a mess. Then Unoku had decided that she's going to give everybody gifts because obviously she's the host, and she gave everybody gifts and then the card. So the card had a special message for each of the cast. Okay. Inside the gift there was a bag. But they said it's Jojo's bag, a bag that is named after Jojo, but it's a replica of a designer bag. So the ladies were not happy with the fact that the bag is not the real. But I thought the bags were cute. I would have taken the bag. They were not cute. They were not happy with that. What else was on there? Some gym wear situation that Noko had it there. Steve Madden's situation for the ladies. Okay. Anyway, that was not important. What was important was the cards. So the cards were so shady, you guys. And this is where I saw that Sorisha is actually being shady behind the scenes. So let me tell you. So with the firefight, the card was written. Now remember, these cards are supposed to be gift from Nonku. But while they are reading the cards, you can see that these cards were written by Nonku, Jojo, and Sorisha. Because they do look like they know what's going to be read in the card. So it says, so Firefight says, I forgot you were here. As if such so U5 is the same as whether ukhona noma akekho. Kancane, guys, that statement is true, but I was feeling like, but why would you just write that on the gift card that you are putting on a gift bag to somebody that came on your trip? So it was shady. Then for Umini, it said only plastic bottles for you, since she was the one that was using a bottle to hit somebody. So I guess she's supposed to only use plastic bottles. And then Low's one was shady because there's Nonku says that she's going to fill the fridge with 0% alcohol because since she doesn't drink. And then to Angel, she said since Angel is the youngest in the group, she has made her room child friendly. And I was like, listen, it's about to go down because we all know that Angel's trigger is being called a kid. And if she gets to the room and the room is a kid's room, it's going to go down. I don't think you guys you can call somebody a friend when they know your trigger and they play on your trigger. Like you know that something triggers, you know that this is going to trigger me, and you do it. That person is not your friend, and that person has no intention of becoming your friend. So if that card is written by Nonku, it makes sense because I don't think Nonku wants to be friends with or Angel. But Angel must find out if that card was really written by Nonku because I do feel like Sorisha and Jojo contributed to those cards. And I feel like if Jojo and Sorisha contributed, if any of them wrote that card, then Angel needs to be careful with those friendships. Because just because somebody knows that you are triggered by something as a friend, they must try and not trigger you because they are your friend. So why am I over here in Mauritius being triggered by somebody that I call a friend? So I don't know, you guys. Okay. And then with Ulondi London, she said something about the pitch being the steadiest or whatever, the stablest or whatever. Basically, Noko was just saying that she's been holding the pitch the longest, okay, between her and London London, okay. And then Sorisha said to show that Sorisha is not the queen; she's the queen, okay. Guys, I think Sorisha is the queen, whether we like it or not, okay. I think for just being the richest housewife, Sorisha is the queen. Okay. And also on top of that, she's the OG, which Nonku now has quit and left Sorisha to be the queen of all queens. Okay. And she has the richest housewives. She's the richest housewives, which all of them are supposed to be the rich housewives, but we all know that none of them are rich, honey. Okay, they're just acting rich. But Sorisha and Jojo are the richest housewives, are the housewives that are actually rich, those two. So, and Sorisha is the OG. So the queenship should just go to Sorisha. At this point, nobody should argue with that. Okay, Sorisha is the queen. Okay, but obviously, Noko is still here and arguing with it. Okay, then here is where we find out that Sorisha is the shady snake behind the scenes. Then one of the twins, she got the card that had the thing that I guess it was an indication that she talks too much, which is just overly said now about the twins from since the beginning. And then the other one got a card that said that this something about the neutral tones being the trend this year, meaning that because the twins wear bright colors, they are not supposed to do that because neutral colors are in style. So they were basically in a shady way trying to tell the queens that the twins that they should try to wear the neutral colors, not the bright colors. Now the twin that got the card asked, what do you mean the neutral tones? Now Nonku looks to Sorisha and said, Sorisha, what does neutral tone mean? Sorisha in the diary says neutral tone means that the neutral colors are the in thing this year. Everybody knows that. Meaning that the queens, why do I call them the queens? The twins should know that should know to wear the neutral colors. So then it comes out in the conversation that Sorisha is the one that wrote that card about the twins fashions. And I was like, not you, Sorisha, who wore the boots the whole of season 1 and 2. Guys, go to season 1 and 2 of Real Housewives. Sorisha used to wear those long boots with every outfit. She would wear jeans and wear the boots and wear the dress and wear the boots and wear. She even herself said that her stylist called her at the end of season 2, I think, and said, "Listen, girl, I'm seeing you on the show. You're not looking good. Let's work together." Okay, that's when Sorisha started to look good. Okay, so even her herself cannot style herself. Go watch season 1. There's a diary session where she's wearing a red top. She looks plain like me, like this. She's doing a diary session. So even her, she's not good at fashion. Okay, she just has somebody that is doing it for her. So nobody does well with the fashion in season 1, you guys. Nobody. Nobody. Just go and look at everybody. In their first season, they don't do well. If you are on your 4th season on the show or your 5th season on the show, you're doing way better fashion wise, because one, you have washed yourself and you're like, you get a stylist and everything, and also you get offers. Even the clothes, you get sent the clothes. The designers want you to wear their clothes and all of that, so you get better. So nobody's good in their first season. So I don't understand why all of them are acting like from the first season they were perfect with their wardrobe. So now everybody's coming for the twins wardrobe now. I don't get it. I was disappointed at Mama Sorisha, because I was like, Mama Sorisha, last season we were defending you, girl, when they were calling you Michael Jackson. Okay? Now you are over here saying what's with the twins. Watch season 1, you will see she was a mess too. Sorisha was a mess too in season 1 and 2. Okay. So the twins are trying. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, but leave the twins alone, because we also left you alone with those long boots in season 1 until you made a decision to throw away the boots when you were good and ready to throw away the boots. Okay. So I didn't understand that. So I felt like Sorisha wanted everybody to think that that comment was written by Nonku. But Nonku felt the hits because everybody got cold after they read the cards and they realized that, okay, so we came to this dinner to be shaded. Everybody was now quiet and cold. Nonku now couldn't take the hit, so Nonku threw Sorisha under the bus and was like, Sorisha, what does neutral what mean? And then Sorisha had to explain. So she's the one that wrote that card. I was like, so the messy Sorisha is still around. She is just hiding her hand. So in the rooms there, when they're preparing things there in the rooms at the trip, maybe she's even the one that suggested that the other girls should go economy at this point, because I feel like she's shady for writing that comment. So that's what happened this season, you guys. Listen, okay? I'm watching the show, but I cannot take Minnie. Like I said in the beginning, I cannot take it. Minnie is just too much. Okay. If she's auditioning for next season, she's done enough already. Okay. They probably have made a decision if they want to keep her or not. But she must stop now. It's just enough. I cannot take it. Okay. She is just doing enough. Sometimes you want to skip the scenes where she's doing too much, and that's not good for the show, because we are supposed to watch everything that happens on the show. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Okay. I don't know where the show is going at this point. Okay. Hi, Bo. I'm not losing an eye for anyone's stand. As a friend, I'm not getting involved in this fight as much as I love you. I know, but you are going to stop people from fighting at least. I can't get over that we are back to low class behavior of throwing glass bottle and was ngathi angcono namanzi, crazy beautifulness ngathi angcono namanzi, like the bottles. It was bad when Jojo brought the mess to RHOD. Now Jojo has stopped such, but Minnie is picking it up. Exactly. You remember when Jojo did it to Mabusi, and we were not happy with it. We were not happy with it. So, yo guys, the show is becoming trashy now. I agree with people that are saying that. Yeah, I still think Minnie can come back next season as a friend of the show. Awe ma, Nkosi yami, awu. The thing is, she's going to do too much. She's going to, even if you give her an episode or two, if you give her the whole season, she's just going to do too much. Okay, I like how she keeps Londi on her toes, and I like Londi. The thing is, she can keep Londi on her toes without doing so much. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know how next season is gonna look, especially with Nonku gone. I don't know if Jojo is coming back. Obviously Sorisha might be back, but the rest I don't know, guys. It doesn't look good. Okay, but Minnie will need to tone it down next season. No, what's up? I know she needs to tone it down. She does need to tone it down. I agree. The business class versus economy class shade by production was fine. Did they have to be to put the crying emojis when they were showing the economy class late? And the shady thing was that they did not know. They did not even know that the other ladies were in the business class. Maybe all the ladies were booked economy by production, but George Nonku, Lo and Sorisha paid out their own pocket to upgrade their flights. That's possible. They would have mentioned it though, but we will wait and see. When the others find out that the others flew business class, we will find out. Maybe at the reunion they will ask, because I really want to know why that was done. If they upgraded their own tickets, then definitely, then yeah, it happened in season one of where all the ladies were booked economy, but the lady upgraded her own flight and the other ladies upset. Yes, and she did mention that. That was mentioned that she did upgrade. It wasn't like it was paid for her. I'm starting to think something happened between Nonko and Jojo. Did you see the clip for next week? It appears like Jojo giggled at the end of the prayer session. Nonko is going to confront her about it. Yes, they're going to be fighting. Jojo and Nonko are fighting next episode, because Nonko is praying in the car. They're driving in the car. Nonko is praying in the car. When she ends the prayer, Jojo laughs, and then it becomes a thing, you know. But I guess they made up because they are posting each other now. Like Jojo just posted. So yeah, next week they're going to be fighting, which would be weird, you guys, because we haven't seen that Jojo and Nonko fight since the first season that Jojo came, where Jojo and Nonko didn't get along. Direlo, hi Direlo. Hi Umin Shem. Doing too much, too much, too much. That time at 5 she also mentioned Londi's parents. She did mention Londi's parents. She did mention she was like, oh, Kuliswanga kahle. That's the part that I'm saying, that even when I want to take Minnie's side, like sometimes I'm like, no, that maybe you just don't like Umini. Mlalele, listen to her. Maybe you will understand her fight. She doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So on time awukhuliswanga kahle. Yes, awukhuliswanga kahle wena utakiwe wena, awukhuliswanga kahle wena. She said those comments at Fafa's birthday slash engagement. Yes. On Sama awukhuliswanga kahle, lapho she was the one swearing and insulting Lonely. She was. She did too much at that event. She did too much at that event. Jojo are the real housewives. Jojo and Sorisha are the real housewife. If we have to go by the definition of the housewife, we all know that the franchise now has changed the definition of a housewife. Okay, they can just take anybody. Okay, um, to be on the cast, but by definition, okay, no. In fact, you guys, if we take definition of a housewife, Sorisha doesn't qualify because Sorisha works. Sorisha has businesses, still works. Like housewife is Jojo, you know. Like rich housewife is actually Jojo. No, you're right, Tirel. It's actually Jojo, because Jojo is that housewife that is like, it wakes up and just lives a good life, on her beautiful house, and it be shooting her content, in her house and in her pool, and she lives the life. Okay. I remember when they were having an argument, and her husband was saying she must stop giving away. I guess she paints her art. So she does her art and then she gives away for free. And then her husband was like, "You're supposed to sell it." She's like, "No, I like to give it away." And I'm like, can you imagine living that life? Jojo has a backbone, Siamong. I want to see it next episode, you guys. And I hope that next episode Jojo will be able to show that she has a backbone, but won't what do you call it? Ngekamdubu Nonku ukuthi, she will still be able to show Nonku ukuthi, I love you as a friend and I want to work on our friendship, but I'm also here for me, and be able to express her feelings, and also that feeling of her wanting to build other friendships on the show. She should be able to say, no, I do want to be friends with the other ladies without being worried about how you are going to feel. It shouldn't be a problem how Nonko is going to feel if she is building a friendship with someone else. Ayanda is doing well on the fashion front in season 1. Yes. Oh, Ayanda was on point in season 1. Yes, she did very well, Ayanda, in season 1. Even Nonko was not that bad. She might have had bad moments, but she wasn't that bad. But Sorisha was not one of the best for her to be, coming for people's fashions. Okay. Sorisha was not. Sorisha was rich, but yabo, why take fashioning. So now I'm like, even her, she has said that, even Sorisha said it herself, with no in season 1, I was. So I'm just surprised, has she forgotten? Um, but I under swallowed them with fashion in season 1. Yes, I under did. I under did. And I still have a complaint about the fact that Ayanda only did one season because I wanted her to do another. I'm so looking forward to next season. But Zero, how come you're looking forward to the next season? Mina, I'm just nervous about about the next season, because next season or next episode. Next season, I'm like, who are they going to cast? There's not going to be Nonku. So sizohlala no Minnie. Iho Nkosi yami. Mbali baba singaze ngalethi. You'll have to rewind, Mbali. You have to rewind. Jojo doesn't even cook or clean, nothing. She just lives nje, you know. And then one day ahamba wenza tattoo, and then one day ahamba ayo wenza ama-fillers or whatever. She is a real spoiled housewife. She just has to look pretty for her husband and be a mom. Yes, dream life. Housewife is the one whose job is to look pretty, spend your husband's bank card without looking at the price tag. Okay, so let me ask a question. Would you say the comment that Umene said to Ulondi London, if that comment was said to Ujojo, how would people feel about that? If Umene said to Jojo, you make your living doing. Would Umini say that to Jojo just because Jojo doesn't work? You know, because Lonely London works. It's just that, her dating life and they is on, you know, and Jojo is married, but Jojo also doesn't work. You know, so how do we judge these two situations different? Because even in my mind, thinking about it, that they feel different, but I'm just thinking, how are they different? Because one is married, one is not. But the point is just relationships. I don't know. Just thinking, just thinking. Maybe we can discuss it next time. Sister, and I'm looking forward to the next season. Why? Why are you looking forward to the next season? Because I don't know what to look forward to. Oh, I didn't read this one. I think production asked Nonku, Jojo, Sorisha to prepare those cards for the ladies. Possible, no see, because production likes being messy. Okay. Possible because yeah, they like being messy. Mm, possible, very much possible. Minnie would never say that to Jojo. We all know that ladies give Jojo a pass on the show very much. Very much. They only come for Jojo based on the relationship with Nonku. And really, honestly, they don't even come for Jojo. They come for Nonku for the friendship, yeah, but not Jojo. So they come for they think in the friendship, Jojo, no Nonku, Nonku is the problem. They never see Jojo as the problem in that friendship. Kanonko no Jojo. So yeah, Jojo gets a pass. Like nobody has ever really come for Jojo. Nobody. Okay? Because Jojo's gonna cry and call Bube and she'll be gone. Okay? Okay, she'll be gone. The husband is coming to fetch her before you even know it. Okay? Oh, which I'm not looking forward. I mean, I'm reading my own. I'm reading my own thing. I'm not looking. Oh yes, you are not. Why am I reading? I am not looking for. Yes, I now I understand. I'm not looking forward to next season too because unless they have like a really like good cast that that is going to surprise us. Jojo is licensed to work on her back while London accumulates body counts and sizoboshwa-ke manje. Georgia has a merit certificate. She can do it officially. I think Jojo came for Sorisha, but the backup singer comment because she really wants to get back to Sorisha's good grace. I think you are right, crazy because I think Jojo really wants to be friends with Sorisha. But Sorisha doesn't like the Nonku Jojo situation. So I don't know why. It's just if friendship yeah by equal. Yeah, I think Jojo does want to be friends with Sorisha. So maybe with if Uchocho can do the show without Unonku, we will be able to see is she able to do rebuild those friendships even with Ulokuzana with Usorisha. Also, you guys, we will be able to see can she maintain those friendships, away from because Unonku will be outside of the show. If they are friends outside of show, it's still good. But if she does next season, Georgia, without Nonku, it's a chance for us to see her as an individual. As long as she's not gonna cry every other minute, calling Bube to come fetch her. If she can stand on her own 2 feet, if they have an event, she stays the whole event. If they have a trip, she stays the whole trip. You know, like everybody else, then we will be able to see and judge. It's okay, no, Jojo, this is the Jojo. Maybe we'll be able to see that old Jojo that we used to like. I don't know, you guys. So yes, but yes, you guys, listen. I have to get off now. Jojo outside herself when she said that she's not good enough, and Sorisha was confused as to how she turned that into being not good enough, all from a backup singer. But they're not good enough. If you notice, Jojo says that a lot. I think it's but we all have that thing, insecurity about yourself. Jojo says that a lot. Like, I'm not good enough. She says I'm not good enough. I'm easy to get rid of, and I think it's childhood traumas or something. Okay, so I don't know, but it bothers her when somebody doesn't like her or when somebody doesn't want to build a friendship with her, and yet she wants that person to build a friendship with her. Now, corner foot, guys, if you notice, it's not like she's like because remember, with Londi London, she said, you know what, I'm willing to build a friendship with Londi London, but not a bestie friend, like not a best friendship with Londi London. She said that. But with Sorisha, she really wants to be friends with her. So sometimes you ask yourself, but why Sorisha? Why not London? It's like London London, you are okay with not being besties with London London, but with Sorisha, we are so bothered by the fact that does not want to be besties with you. Because Sorisha doesn't seem to have a problem with Jojo, but they are just not besties. But Jojo is bothered by that. So how come you are bothered by the fact that you are not besties with Sorisha, but you were able to say with Londi London you are going to be friends with Londi London, but not besties with Londi London, and you are okay with that? So sometimes it's like it makes you be like, you understand? I don't know. Okay. We just need season 2 of Girls Ultimate Trip to revive us. The thing about the Ultimate Girls Trip, because I heard somebody saying that I guess now Nonku will only see her on Ultimate Girls Trip. The Ultimate Girls Trip, guys, if they do it like the USA one, you only do Ultimate Girls Trip once. You don't repeat the trip. So the people that have gone on the Ultimate Girls Trip have gone. They did that season. They're done. So Nonko is not gonna do the Ultimate Girls Trip again. We are going to have to see the new cast. So they have to select the new cast for season 2, unless they decide to do ours differently, where they repeat people. So Nonko quitting Real Housewives of Durban, we're not gonna see her on the Ultimate Girls Trip because she's already done the Ultimate Girls Trip. We might see the other cast. Maybe Georgia will go on the next one. Maybe Sorisha, so they'll be selecting other people to go on the Ultimate Girls Trip. It's never the same people every season. You do one season of the Ultimate Girls Trip and that's it. They select the next group. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, I kind of feel like Unonku is going to regret quitting the show and come back. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I feel I feel like I can't imagine Unonku watching Real Housewives from TV Engeyona, like the part of the show. So I don't imagine it, but you know. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for being with me for a whole hour and 15 minutes. Thank you so much for being here. I've had so much fun. Thank you so much. I think we will meet on Sunday unless there is something to come here, about. Okay, because sometimes I'm like, let me do a live. Okay, but if not, we will meet here on Sunday for episode 3 of Ingane's Team. Okay, Pumelelo has introduced number 2. Okay, Tirola is here, but she's not giving us the scoop. Okay, give us the scoop. Okay, where's the engagement? Can we see the ring? Anyway, guys, we will meet on Sunday where we talk about Ingane's Team. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please like it before Pumengana, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.